Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs and slowly let it out. This moment is yours. The world may seem uncertain, filled with challenges, delays, and not yet moments. But within you lies a quiet, unshakable truth. You are already complete, already capable, already deserving of everything you desire. Today, we step into a gentle yet powerful realization. The moment you assume it's done, the universe begins to respond. It's not about forcing, struggling, or convincing. It's about settling into the reality that already exists in your mind, heart, and soul. When you align with this truth, the world cannot help but obey your inner certainty. Believing that something is already done is not a trick, a wish, or a fleeting thought. It is a deep, soulful recognition of truth. It is the acknowledgement that what you desire is not somewhere far away, not waiting in some distant time, but already exists within the fertile soil of your consciousness. When you allow yourself to truly feel that your dreams, your goals, your heart's deepest longings are already completed, a remarkable shift occurs. Your mind stops resisting, your heart stops questioning, and your energy begins to align effortlessly with the reality you have chosen. Imagine for a moment that your desire is like a seed planted quietly in the richness of your inner world. It rests there, alive, vibrant, waiting only for your recognition. You do not need to dig it up constantly. You do not need to water it every day with anxiety or doubt. Instead, you simply nurture it with your awareness, your belief, your love, and your unwavering certainty. You see, the universe responds not to frantic energy or desperate pleading, but to the quiet, steady, and assured voice of the soul that knows what is already true. When you say to yourself, "It is done," and feel it as deeply as the sun feels warmth on your skin, you are not lying to yourself. You are not pretending. You are merely acknowledging the reality that exists beyond the temporary limitations of time and circumstance. This simple act of assumption carries profound power, for it signals to every part of your being and to the world around you that you are aligned, ready, and deserving. Every moment that you hold this truth in your consciousness, a gentle current of energy begins to flow. Doors that seemed closed start to open, pathways that were hidden become visible, and circumstances shift in ways that may feel almost magical. You begin to notice small signs, subtle confirmations, little synchronicities that reassure you that the world itself is bending in response to your inner certainty. And it is true, the world does obey. It cannot help but reflect back to you the state of your inner knowing. When you carry doubt, the world mirrors doubt. When you carry fear, the world amplifies it. But when you carry the calm, unwavering assurance that what you desire is already complete, the world adjusts, aligns, and responds with astonishing grace. To assume it is done is not arrogance. It is not pride. It is not even about control. It is simply trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the intelligence of the universe, trust in the flow of life itself. It is a tender acknowledgement that you do not need to force, push, or convince. You do not need to chase or struggle. The act of assuming it is done is, in essence, an act of surrender. A surrender to the natural unfolding of your desires as they exist in the invisible realm, waiting to be mirrored in the visible. And as you cultivate this inner assumption, you begin to notice how your daily life shifts. You approach each moment with ease rather than tension, with curiosity rather than worry, with joy rather than anxiety. Your thoughts become allies instead of adversaries. You begin to speak differently, move differently, and even feel differently. Every breath carries the subtle vibration of fulfillment. Every gesture, every intention, every interaction is infused with the quiet knowledge that what you desire is already yours. This is not about blind optimism or naive hope. It is about alignment. It is about placing yourself in harmony with the truth that already exists beyond the surface of what your eyes can see. As you nurture this state, your entire being begins to resonate with the vibration of completion. You become a magnet for the circumstances, the people, and the opportunities that naturally reflect your inner assumption. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds to the clarity and certainty of your energy. It does not argue, resist, or negotiate. It obeys. And in this obedience, you find peace, freedom, and confidence. You realize that nothing outside of you can truly hinder what has already been assumed within you. The power is already in your hands, not because of what you do, but because of what you believe. And so, gently, softly, tenderly, repeat to yourself, it is done. I trust it is here. I feel it. I am aligned with it. Let these words sink into your mind, your heart, your body until they become a living reality, vibrating quietly through every cell of your being. In this sacred space of inner assumption, you are not waiting. You are not hoping. You are simply existing in the truth that has always been yours, and the world, as it always does, obeys the quiet command of your certainty. The secret of manifestation lies not in action or effort alone, but in the gentle, profound art of feeling your desire as though it is already yours. Often we focus on the steps, the plans, the timelines, and the strategies, forgetting the true language of creation, emotion. What you feel deeply and consistently shapes the reality around you far more powerfully than anything else. When you allow yourself to experience the joy, the peace, the abundance, and the fulfillment of your desire right now, you are planting seeds that will blossom effortlessly in the external world. Imagine yourself already living your dream. Feel the sunlight on your skin, the laughter of loved ones, the satisfaction in your soul. Let the happiness of it fill your chest, radiate through your shoulders, and settle warmly in every cell of your body. Do not rush this feeling. Do not try to force it. Simply allow it to exist and notice how your mind relaxes, how your body softens, and how our entire being aligns with the frequency of what you have assumed is done. The world cannot help but mirror the vibrations you emit. When your heart carries the warmth of already having what you desire, the circumstances and opportunities you need will naturally begin to appear. This does not mean you will see the immediate result in a physical form right away, but it guarantees that your energy is now in perfect harmony with your desire. Everything in the universe responds to feeling. You are a living magnet, attracting people, situations, and experiences that correspond to the emotional reality you maintain. The more consistently you feel as though your desire has already manifested, the more quickly the outer world catches up. Let yourself indulge in the experience. Feel the relief of no longer striving, the freedom of no longer waiting, the excitement of receiving with ease. These emotions are your signal to the universe that you are aligned and ready to receive. Every thought, every glance, every interaction becomes a reflection of your internal state. When you are attuned to the feeling of fulfillment, even ordinary moments are touched with magic. You notice synchronicities, small signs, and subtle confirmations that your assumption is already taking shape. It is not about ignoring the current reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about allowing the emotional essence of what you desire to permeate your present moment. When you feel it first, your mind, your body, and your energy system integrate the reality of completion. Your cells begin to resonate with it. Your words begin to carry it. Your actions naturally flow from it. This is the true art of manifestation, living from the end, from the place where your desire already exists. You no longer negotiate with life or plead for circumstances to align. You embody them in the subtle, serene certainty of knowing. When you cultivate this feeling, you also cultivate a sense of inner peace. You are no longer pushing against resistance or worrying about outcomes. Instead, you trust. You trust in yourself, in the unseen intelligence of the universe, and in the process of life itself. The power of feeling first transforms every aspect of your experience. Obstacles lose their weight, delays dissolve into patience, and doubts fade in the presence of unwavering emotional alignment. Each moment spent in this state strengthens your connection to the reality you desire. It is a soft, gentle, yet unshakable force that draws your manifestation toward you with grace. To anchor this feeling, close your eyes and imagine your desire as vividly as you can. Hear the sounds, see the sights, and most importantly, Feel the emotions that come with its fulfillment. Let gratitude rise naturally as if it is flowing from your heart to the universe, saying silently, "Thank you for this. I already have it. I am complete in its presence." Allow this gratitude to circulate, filling every part of you until it becomes effortless, automatic, and natural. This is the energy that cannot be resisted. This is the vibration that the universe honors. Your consistent practice of feeling it first ensures that the outer world aligns with the inner certainty you hold. And in this alignment, manifestation ceases to be a distant hope or an uncertain dream. It becomes the natural, inevitable result of the harmony you have cultivated within. Remember, your feelings are the blueprint of your reality. When you feel as though it is already yours, you are not imagining, wishing, or hoping. You are creating. You are existing in the truth that your desire has already been realized, and the world, in its infinite responsiveness, is already beginning to obey. One of the most liberating realizations on the path of manifestation is learning to release the how. So often we tie ourselves in knots, trying to figure out exactly how our desires will appear, when they will arrive, or what steps we must take to make them happen. Our minds want control, they want a blueprint, a timeline, and a guarantee. But the truth is far more gentle and far more powerful than our limited planning can ever create. When you assume that your desire is already done, when you feel it fully and allow yourself to live as if it is already manifested, the universe begins to orchestrate everything in perfect order. And yet it does so in ways that often surpass our imagination. The how belongs to a realm beyond your control, a realm of infinite possibilities and intelligence far greater than your own. When you cling to the how, you are effectively placing yourself in opposition to this natural flow. You are trying to micromanage a system that thrives on freedom, creativity, and infinite perspective. Letting go of the how is not giving up. It is not resignation. It is a conscious act of trust, a decision to surrender the need to control and a willingness to allow life to align in ways you could never predict. The moment you release the how, you step into a space of peace. You are no longer exhausted by overthinking, frustrated by delays, or anxious about circumstances. You allow yourself to exist in the certainty that what you have assumed to be done will appear in perfect timing and perfect form. This surrender is not passive. It is an active, loving choice to place your trust in the unseen intelligence of the universe, in your own alignment, and in the wisdom of the process itself. Imagine that your desire is a delicate flower, and the how is the water. You do not need to force the rain or spray each petal individually. You simply nurture the soil, provide warmth, and trust that the flower will bloom naturally. This is the essence of releasing the how. As you let go, you begin to notice the subtle, magical ways the universe answers. Opportunities appear that you never anticipated. People enter your life who provide the perfect pieces you could not have planned for. Circumstances shift in harmony with your inner certainty. What once seemed impossible or confusing suddenly falls into place with effortless ease. The more you practice this release, the more you experience life as a series of flowing, orchestrated miracles. Every time you catch yourself trying to control the steps or demand to see the path, gently remind yourself, I release the how. I trust it is done. I am aligned with the perfect unfolding of my desires. Speak these words softly with compassion, as if you are comforting a dear friend. Each repetition strengthens your connection to the certainty that your desire has already been realized, and that the universe is quietly responding to your inner truth. Releasing the how also opens your heart to creativity and inspiration. When you stop dictating the process, new ideas, solutions, and possibilities arise that you could not have imagined. Life becomes playful and expansive, and you move with grace rather than strain. You allow yourself to receive in ways that feel natural, effortless, and harmonious. It is in this state that manifestation flows most easily. The universe delights in responding to aligned energy. It does not resist, it does not hesitate, it does not withhold. When you release the how, you are no longer asking the world to bend to your limited understanding. Instead, you are stepping into a partnership with infinite intelligence, allowing life to deliver your desires in the most perfect way possible. In this gentle surrender, you also cultivate patience. You are no longer frustrated by timing or impeded by perceived obstacles. You know that everything is happening in alignment with your deepest truth. You trust the process, and trust becomes your most powerful tool for manifestation. Every moment spent in releasing control strengthens your inner peace, your confidence, and your connection to the life you have assumed as complete. Let yourself feel the lightness of this freedom. Imagine the tension dissolving from your shoulders, the tightness leaving your chest, and the calm settling into your entire being. With every breath, repeat quietly, I release the how. I trust it is done. I am ready to receive. Let this become your mantra, your rhythm, your constant companion on this journey. As you move through life in the state of surrender, miracles no longer feel extraordinary. They become natural extensions of your inner alignment. You no longer chase, you no longer question. You simply exist in the certainty that what you desire is already present, flowing to you effortlessly in ways far greater and more beautiful than you could have ever orchestrated. The moment you release the how, life itself conspires in your favor, and the universe, as it always does, obeys. The foundation of every manifestation, the secret that is often overlooked, is your sense of self-worth. Without the deep, unwavering belief that you deserve what you desire, no amount of visualization, affirmations, or effort can bring you our dreams fully into reality. Self-worth is not about arrogance, not about proving yourself to anyone, and not about comparing your life to others. It is the quiet, steady knowing that you are inherently valuable, that your existence itself is enough, and that the universe delights in blessing those who honor themselves. When you assume that your desires are already fulfilled, this assumption can only take root in fertile soil. That soil is self-worth. It is impossible to truly feel that something is already yours if deep inside you harbor doubt about your right to receive it. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I am not enough, gently pause and remind yourself, I am worthy, I deserve this, I am ready. Say it softly, with the tenderness you would offer to a beloved child, and feel it sink into your heart. Your desires are not some luxury reserved for a select few. They are a natural extension of the energy that flows through you. They exist because you exist. And when you honor your worth, the universe responds to that recognition with perfect alignment. It is not about demanding or bargaining. It is about acknowledging the truth that has always been yours. When you cultivate self-worth, every thought, every emotion, every action becomes infused with clarity and confidence. You no longer shrink, plead, or chase. You no longer question whether what you desire is too much or too far. Instead, you carry yourself with a quiet, unwavering assurance, knowing that your Ife is a reflection of the value you place upon yourself. This self-worth also protects your energy and your focus. When you deeply know your value, you naturally attract circumstances, people, and opportunities that honor it. You stop settling for less than what you truly deserve. You no longer tolerate situations or relationships that diminish your light. And in this space of alignment, your manifestations flow with far greater ease because your energy is no longer entangled in doubt or insecurity. Self-worth is the compass that guides your assumption into reality. When you hold the knowing that you are deserving, your inner state communicates to the universe that it is safe to bring your desires forward. The world responds not to desperation, not to anxiety, not to fear. It responds to certainty, to confidence, to the love you hold for yourself. Every time you acknowledge your worth, you are sending a quiet signal to life that you are prepared to receive. You are saying without words, I am enough. I am ready. I am aligned with all that is mine. This is why self-worth is not optional. It is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Without it, you may find yourself struggling to believe, doubting the process, or questioning whether you deserve the blessings you seek. But with it, every desire becomes inevitable. Every manifestation becomes natural. And every step in life becomes a reflection of your internal certainty. The beauty of cultivating self-worth is that it is both a practice and a state of being. Each day, remind yourself of your value. Speak kindly to yourself. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Notice the moments when you honor your own needs and decisions. Each act of self-recognition strengthens the foundation upon which your desires can safely land. It is not about grand gestures or dramatic transformations. It is about the quiet, consistent acknowledgement of your own importance. As you nurture this inner knowing, you begin to notice how your relationships, opportunities, and circumstances naturally align with it. You are no longer seeking validation from the outside world because you have found it within. This is the power of self-worth. It creates an unshakable inner certainty that ripples outward, shaping every aspect of your life. So gently, lovingly affirm to yourself, I am worthy. I am enough. I deserve all that I desire. I am ready to receive. Let these words echo in your mind, settle in your heart, and vibrate through every cell of your body. As this knowing deepens you, our manifestations cease to be distant dreams. They become the natural expression of the love and respect you hold for yourself. The world obeys when you honor your worth because your energy is clear, aligned, and unwavering. And in this alignment, life unfolds effortlessly, beautifully, and in perfect harmony with the desires you have already assumed to be done. Consistency is one of the most quietly powerful forces in manifestation, though it is often overlooked. Many people wait for a single moment of inspiration, a sudden breakthrough, or a dramatic sign, believing that a desire will appear instantly. But true manifestation is not a one-time event. It is a steady, continuous alignment of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. It is the daily practice of returning to the certainty that your desire is already fulfilled no matter what circumstances appear in the external world. Imagine a river flowing toward the ocean. It does not rush in a single burst, nor does it stop when obstacles appear. It flows gently but persistently, around rocks, over small waterfalls, and through valleys, until it reaches its destination. Consistency in your inner state is much the same. Each day, each moment that you choose to assume your desire is done, you are adding a drop to this river, strengthening its momentum and deepening its certainty. It is not about forcing the outcome, working harder than necessary, or trying to control every detail of the process. It is about creating a rhythm, a pattern of alignment that the universe can respond to naturally. Each morning, you may begin by reminding yourself softly and gently that your desire is already complete. You may imagine it, feel it, and affirm it, letting your energy settle into the vibration of fulfillment. Each evening, you can revisit this state, allowing it to infuse your mind before sleep. These small, consistent moments accumulate into a powerful current that carries your manifestation from the invisible into the visible. Consistency also teaches patience and resilience. When you commit to living as if your desire is already done, even when external circumstances seem contrary, you are reinforcing the truth within you. You are telling your subconscious mind, and by extension, the universe, that no obstacle, delay, or doubt can diminish your certainty. Each time you return to this aligned state, you strengthen the neural pathways in your mind that support the reality you are creating. You are, in essence, rewiring yourself to live in the vibration of completion rather than lack. Steady repetition is far more powerful than a single moment of intense visualization because it becomes a part of who you are. Your assumption, your feeling, and your belief are no longer temporary exercises. They become your natural state of being. And as your internal reality solidifies, your external world begins to reflect it. Opportunities, ideas, and people that align with your desire begin to appear almost effortlessly. Why? As if drawn by an invisible current. Life itself responds to the consistency of your inner vibration. It is also important to recognize that consistency does not mean rigidity or obsession. It is not about judgment, pressure, or forcing yourself to perform your manifestation practices. It is a gentle, loving commitment to return to alignment, even when distractions, doubts, or temporary setbacks arise. Each time you notice yourself drifting, simply guide your attention back to the truth. It is done. I am aligned. I am consistent with this knowing. In doing so, you are not punishing yourself for wandering. You are nurturing the natural rhythm of creation, just as a gardener consistently waters and tends a plant without forcing it to bloom. Over time, this practice builds an unshakable confidence. You begin to notice that your manifestations do not depend on dramatic efforts or perfect conditions. They depend on your steady, unwavering alignment with your inner truth. The universe respects consistency because it signals clarity, commitment, and readiness. It knows that when you consistently assume your desire is done, you are fully prepared to receive it, and it orchestrates circumstances accordingly. The beauty of consistency is also that it reinforces your sense of self-worth, your inner peace, and your trust in the process. Each day that you align, each moment that you return to the feeling of completion strengthens the foundation upon which your manifestation rests. T becomes not just an outcome you hope for, but a natural expression of who you are. Gently allow yourself to affirm, I am consistent. I live in the knowing that my desires are already fulfilled. Each day, each moment, I strengthen this truth within me. Let these words sink into your consciousness, repeating softly in your mind until they become a living, breathing part of your being. The small, consistent actions of the heart, mind, and soul build momentum that no obstacle can resist. Through this quiet, persistent alignment, your desires move from assumption to reality, from vision to manifestation. And the world, as it always does, responds naturally to the steady certainty you carry within you. One of the most profound and liberating practices on the path of manifestation is learning to live in peaceful detachment. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference or giving up, but in truth it is the gentle art of trusting that everything you have assumed is done will unfold perfectly, without force or worry. It is a quiet, powerful surrender to the natural flow of life, a recognition that the universe is infinitely intelligent and always orchestrating circumstances in your favor, even when you cannot see the path. When you detach, you do not cease to care about your desires. Rather, you place your trust in the process, knowing that what is already yours will arrive in the perfect time, in the perfect way. Imagine holding a delicate flower in your hand. You do not crush it to make it bloom, nor do you grip it so tightly that it cannot breathe. You hold it gently, with care and reverence, allowing it to grow and unfold naturally. Detachment is the same with your desires. You do not manipulate, push, or control outcomes. You allow them to emerge effortlessly, confident in the knowledge that the universe responds to the certainty and clarity of your inner state. Living in peaceful detachment begins with trust, a deep, unwavering belief that your desire exists in the unseen and is moving toward you. This trust is not passive or naive. It is an active acknowledgement of the power of your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions. When you cultivate detachment, you release the tension, frustration, and impatience that often accompany waiting for results. You no longer chase, plead, or demand. Instead, you radiate calm confidence, knowing that your desire is already complete in the higher realms of existence. Detachment also allows you to remain joyful and present in the moment. often our minds are consumed with future outcomes, what ifs, and imagined delays. We suffer unnecessarily, believing that our happiness depends on something outside of ourselves. But when you practice peaceful detachment, you reclaim your joy in the here and now. You allow yourself to enjoy life fully, knowing that the universe is already taking care of the unfolding of your desires. This is not avoidance, it is alignment. It is the understanding that the energy of expectation and the vibration of peace are far more powerful than worry and resistance. Another beautiful aspect of detachment is the clarity it brings. When you stop obsessing over the details, the universe is free to deliver in ways far beyond your imagination. Opportunities appear that you could never have planned. People enter your life at the perfect moment, and solutions arise effortlessly. Detachment opens a space of creativity, inspiration, and grace that is only possible when you release the need to control every aspect of the process. It allows life to surprise you in the most joyful and abundant ways. Living in peaceful detachment also strengthens your inner authority and self-worth. When you trust the process completely, you send a quiet message to yourself and to the universe that you are aligned, ready, and deserving. You are no longer bargaining, struggling, or questioning. You exist in the quiet certainty of your own power, and this energy is magnetic. The world responds naturally to clarity and confidence, aligning circumstances and people to reflect your inner knowing. Detachment does not mean that you stop feeling desire or excitement. It does not mean that you abandon your dreams. Rather, it means that you engage with your desires from a place of calm, centered power, free from fear, doubt, or desperation. You feel the joy of already having what you seek, while simultaneously releasing attachment to timelines, methods, or outcomes. This duality, holding the vision and releasing the attachment, is the secret to effortless manifestation. To practice detachment, begin each day with the affirmation, "I trust that what I have assumed is done is already moving toward me in perfect timing. I release the need to control the out. Come, and I receive with ease and joy." Let these words permeate your consciousness. Repeat them whenever you feel tension, anxiety, or impatience arising. Breathe into them. Allow your body, your heart, and your mind to relax into the knowing that all is unfolding perfectly. As you deepen this practice, you will notice a shift in every aspect of your life. Challenges no longer feel threatening, delays no longer feel discouraging. You move with a sense of peace, confidence, and unwavering trust. The world mirrors this energy, responding naturally to the harmony you maintain within. Living in peaceful detachment is, in essence, living from a place of complete alignment. It is the art of embodying your desires, feeling them as already fulfilled, and trusting the universe to respond to your inner truth. In this state, there is no struggle, no chasing, no anxiety, only calm assurance, steady faith, and the quiet joy of knowing that what is yours is already on its way. The universe obeys your certainty, and your life begins to reflect the effortless unfolding of all that you have assumed to be done.